Welcome back to the Red V podcast. Jack Clifton and Johnny Pett here with you this afternoon in episode 84, talking everything St George Illawarra. Delighted to be chatting to Mat Feagai this afternoon, the talented winger for the St George Illawarra Dragons. You would have seen him making that long-range try and long-range run on the weekend in that loss against the Roosters, and we're going to chat to Matt about his footy career to date and talk about the camp and obviously the bubble life up there in Queensland, but also some of his passions outside of rugby league as well. Matt's been kind enough to give up a little bit of his time this afternoon. Matt, welcome to the Red V podcast, mate. How are you doing up there in Queensland at the moment?
Hey, mate, thanks for having me. Doing pretty good. Missing family or whatever, but we got a tight group, so they're my family for now, and I'm happy with that.
Talk to me about the bubble life. We've chatted to a couple of the guys that have been on here in Jaden Hunt and Cade Ellis, and it's probably something that's quite confusing for us as fans down here because we've obviously got other things going on, being in lockdown and that kind of stuff. But what are some of the challenges with being, with you guys, I guess, potentially being in lockdown and being up in that bubble up there in Queensland, living in a hotel Monday to Sunday?
Well, I'm not sure what the others had to say, but for myself, I don't struggle too much really with it. Like, you do want to go outside, or there's lots of things you want to do, but I'm pretty easy to. I can just pick up a book, read that, watch movies or whatever. Your options are limited, but I guess as long as we're still able to do what we love, which is playing footy, just grateful to be doing that.
Let's talk about the game on Sunday. Obviously, it's disappointing to lose again, Matt, but looked like there was a few little bright spots in that game. Obviously, you getting that great runaway try in the second half. Jaden Sullivan got himself a try as well. Junior Ramon looked good with the touches that he had. What did you make of that performance on Sunday against the Roosters up there at Toowoomba?
I guess it was a pretty good game, in my opinion. A really good effort from our boys, but you just can't be defending the whole game. And I thought the first half we were we kept ourselves in with our defense, but that really took a toll in the second half. And then we did really good to get back in the game and find some momentum. But then Roosters were just too good and held onto the ball for that last 20, and that really killed us. But I'll give a rap to Sully and Junes. I thought they did really well, especially Junior playing his first game of first grade at 6, and Sully playing I think 60 or so minutes at 9, which is a new position for him. A lot harder in the middle, like attacking bigger boys, not back rowers. So and they sent a lot of traffic his way too. So big rap to those boys.
What was the chat like behind the posts, I guess, especially in that last 20 to 25 minutes, Matt, where you guys had kind of skipped out to a lead and then the Roosters just seemed to kind of put the foot down? Can you put your finger on what went wrong? I guess you kind of addressed it a little bit earlier in terms of the fatigue. Is it just those basic errors and having to, I guess, make a lot of tackles with the 6 again rule and different things that really kind of hamstrung you guys in the latter part of that second half, you reckon?
We thought after that first try for them to take back the lead, we still had high hopes. We were all in positive mindsets, that's for sure. But I think it just slowly started taking a toll on us, and mistakes. Just disciplinary areas as well. I guess we just weren't good enough there. And when you're playing a good quality team like Roosters, they're bound to take opportunity and put you down. So
Matt, you're talking off air to me just before, saying that you went for scans on your shoulder. Unfortunately, picked up a bit of a shoulder injury on the weekend. Can you tell us what happened there, mate?
I was just taking a carry out of the backfield, and shoulder kind of got caught in an awkward position, and I think I had two Roosters boys land on top of me as I went down. So I felt it straight away, got assessed straight after the game, and it seems to be a lot looser than it should be. Just subluxation. It goes a bit further than the joint allows. So waiting on the scans now, and I'm just keen to get them so I know if I'm able to play or not.
Yeah, that's right. Last thing you want is injuries, because you've had a couple of injuries this year, haven't you, Matt? I know you tore your MCL earlier in the season, and you've had a few other injuries throughout the season. Has it been? I guess it's been great for you getting a chance to make your first grade debut and get a couple of tries in the top grade. And I know the last month or so you've put in some really consistent performances for the Dragons. But I imagine on the flip side, it's also probably been a little bit frustrating spending a few weeks on the sideline as well.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it really hurts you. All you want to do is play and build some confidence, some consistency. And like, it's impossible to do that with injuries, especially when you're out for a month or two. Like my knee, the time I hurt my knee, that really hurt me. But then, I only had one game back before I debut, and I was actually really nervous about that one because, you're playing one game of cup and then trying to play first grade isn't easy. Like, my lungs blew out pretty much like 20 minutes into the make it to the end. Just clock watching the whole time, but nah. Like, all I wanted to do was build consistency, and I had that in my mind all year, and then injuries came, but I guess it's just part of footy. Like, you just got to have it in mind. Really, you can't let yourself up, and just got to do what you got to do. So I was out for a while, but in rehab, they really did a pretty good job on me, I'd say, to get me back out there and keep me fit while I was, even when I wasn't able to run. So, it was good. Great. It's great to be back out there, and I think played the last 5 games, and I'm just happy I'm doing what I can for the team.
Matt, your brother Max is also in the NRL squad, but he's not up in the bubble with you guys at the moment. We know he picked up a pretty significant concussion against Cronulla, which was some time ago. Are you able to give us any update on Max's health and how he's going down in Sydney at the moment?
He's travelling fine now. On the phone to him pretty much every day. So, he the club did tell him that, like, just because he wasn't ready to play, he hadn't done contact yet. He wasn't at that stage of protocols for concussion. So, they said, we're only taking players that are fit to play. And so, it's unlucky he missed out, because I miss him too.
Yeah, I imagine you guys are pretty close, being twins and playing so much footy together.
Yeah, he's pretty much my best friend. So
your footy journey with you and Max started in Leeton. I know a wonderful country area there, and we know that you've obviously moved to Wollongong and moved to the South Coast to play with the Dragons, coming through those junior systems. For people that don't know too much about your background, Matt, could you tell us a little bit more about, I guess, your childhood growing up and how you made your way to the Dragons?
So we actually grew up playing rugby union, and that was kind of our dream. But then we got to school and started playing footy with those boys, but they only ever played league. And so that's how we kind of first picked it up. It was a bit funny too, because we were trying to play play league the way we play union.
Yeah.
It was silly then, but kind of just picked it up there, started playing with our mates like a lot more often. And then I think at 11, we signed up our first year of league to play for the Junior Raiders in Leeton. And then, there's a lot of great opportunities to kind of put yourself out there when you're playing school footy. Like, you come through like CCC or CHS, those type of systems. And Max and I were lucky enough to get selected in the under-15s, New South Wales CCC team. And then even with 18s, and we slowly just progressed through there. We didn't leave Leeton until about 16, but Leeton was awesome, and still, it's still home for us to this day. Like, Max is bummed he can't even go back there. So that's pretty much our story with footy. Like, we started playing through school, just all our mates were into it, so we thought we'd join. And haven't really looked back since. We came up here and just, I think we signed at 15 when we were eligible be signed, and our dad thought it'd be good to get us up nice and early to progress through these systems, like the junior ones, like Harold Mats, SG Ball, and that. So yeah, we did that, and life's good right now. So far, right now.
Outside of footy, what are your passions, Matt? I know you spoke about reading, and I think I've heard some of the Dragons boys have got a PlayStation or an Xbox. I see that Tyrell Sloan's playing all sorts of sports games on like with a few of the other boys, Corey Norman and the like. What are some of your passions outside of footy that you use to kind of relax and de-stress after a physical 80-minute game of footy?
Yeah, reading's definitely one. That really just helps me like relax, especially after a game of footy, because I don't know, your mind's racing or whatever. So yeah, you just want to get away from that as best as possible. Do that, or go outside with the boys. Like, we love playing volleyball. We've got a good group that love doing that. So yeah, I just love any other sports too. So, but yeah, volleyball is one of them. So there's that, reading, and yeah, maybe some downtime on the console.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, you're right. All the boys love it too. So,
Matt, before we finish, 2022, I guess, is on the horizon for a lot of Dragons fans and players now. With obviously the chance of finals football just fading a little bit in the last few weeks. For you personally, no doubt a successful 2021 campaign and getting to play first grade and get a couple of tries in the top grade. Have you thought about some of your goals for 2022?
Yeah, definitely. So, everyone's goal is just to be playing first grade, week in, week out. I'd love to cement a spot in 2022, and so I just want to come back bigger and stronger for the next season. And like, even though I don't prefer wing, like I can play it. So, but yeah, I want to play center next year, and it's pretty hard with Jack Bird and Lomax there, but doesn't mean I'm not going to try my best to really earn that spot. Yeah, so I just want to come back, be fitter, stronger, faster. Got to be faster. Sammy Walker almost caught me.
Yeah. Notice that. You did well. You used your strength there, Matty, to sling him to ground. So you had him beaten in that, which is good.
But yeah, definitely just want to be playing footy week in, week out, playing first grade week in, week out. Sorry. That's the ultimate goal.
Matt, we want to thank you for giving up your time this afternoon and chatting to us on the Red V podcast. We pumped this up on some of our socials earlier, and yeah, lots of fans were obviously excited to kind of hear about your journey and obviously hear you here on the podcast, and they just wanted to pass on that you're very well supported by so many of the fan base, as are the squad as well. So just wanted to pass that on to you. But yeah, thank you so much for giving up a bit of time and yeah, I guess giving us an insight into what it's like to be an NRL player. And yeah, we wish you the best of luck injury-wise and also form-wise over the rest of the season up there in Queensland, mate.
Thanks, mate. Really appreciate it. And if the fans are listening, I love you all too. I appreciate you all.